Relations between Saudi Arabia and the United States have been strained.
Tensions between America and Saudi Arabia.
You never know what's coming next. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is sending a clear message. He's unhappy with the Biden administration.
The Saudi Crown Prince's bold move sends shockwaves through Biden's administration. Despite the fact that stability is a crucial factor, so is the importance of strategic partnerships. The ramifications of OPEC's decision to slash production targets by another 1.2 million barrels per day will be profound, despite the fact that the White House in Saudi Arabia didn't seem to be worried after the shock decision was announced this month. The Saudi Arabian Oil Ministry called the cuts a precautionary measure aimed at supporting the stability of the oil market, a statement instantly made to sound ridiculous when the global benchmark Brent crude price spiked by 8% on the morning of this week when the markets opened. There was a steep increase in oil prices for the first time in over a year, with the West Texas Intermediate experiencing a jump of the same proportions, which left the price hovering around $85 per barrel for the entire day. After the sharp drop in prices following the turmoil in the banking industry, this is Saudi Arabia's panicked attempt to install a floor to help Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, known as MBS, bankroll a series of mega building projects at home that makes it look like it belongs on the set of Thomas the Tank Engine by comparison. Under what has been dubbed Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman Vision 2030 economic plan, the kingdom is constructing a $500 billion, which is a 400 billion pounds futuristic smart city in the Arabian desert that it claims will be 33 times bigger than New York City and powered entirely by renewable energy, and a sprawling holiday resort the size of Belgium on 28,000 square kilometers of pristine land next to the Red Sea. Although it is preposterous to believe that Saudi Arabia and America have such strong ties that they are still referred to as a strategic partnership in light of the latest snub of Joe Biden. As national security spokesman John Kirby has attempted to claim, the idea is even more ridiculous than it would seem at first glance, even if the plan had been disclosed to us officials beforehand. As far as Kirby was concerned, the worst thing he could say was, "We don't think it is a good idea to cut production at this point because of the market conditions uncertainty, and we made that clear," which threatens to be the understatement of the century. It is the second time in 6 months that the Saudis have delivered a massive diplomatic humiliation to the US president. Last October's production cut had followed months of intensive White House shuttle diplomacy as the US government desperately sought to convince Riyadh to keep the taps open. But it was Biden's excruciating fist bump in a face-to-face meeting with Saudi Crown Prince that will come to symbolize Washington's spectacular underestimation of the shift in US-Saudi relations. Biden saw the move as a grave betrayal and threatened consequences, though tellingly neglected to even give a flavor of what they might be. But if that dealt a severe blow to an energy for security alliance that has endured for nearly 80 years, then this latest rebuff must represent the death knell. In choosing to protect oil prices, Mohammed bin Salman has sent an unequivocal message to Washington that he intends to prioritize national interests. America's ties with the kingdom are a dirty pact that can be traced back to a meeting between Franklin Roosevelt and the Saudi founder King Abdulaziz ibn Saud in 1945 on board the American warship U.S. Quincy in the Suez Canal. Roosevelt wanted oil to fuel the American war effort and its post-war recovery. In return, it promised protection. The arrangement has survived numerous major skirmishes dating back to the 1973 oil embargo. It made it through 2 Gulf Wars, possible Saudi links to the 9/11 terrorism attacks, and more recently, the murder of dissident journalist Jamal Khashoggi, which U.S. intelligence agencies concluded was personally approved by Mohammed bin Salman. But it seems unlikely it will survive this, and it is no exaggeration to say that Biden's presidency may ultimately struggle to do so as well. The Saudis' power grab has left the octogenarian's administration looking weaker than ever at a time when advisors are battling to contain fresh doubts about his health, sparked by a decision to miss the king's coronation next month. On the economic front, a fresh supply squeeze risks a new inflationary spiral that will be felt acutely. In a country where pump prices have long been capable of determining who holds office, the political fallout will be inescapable. Goldman Sachs is predicting oil prices of $95 a barrel by the end of the year and $100 a barrel by December 2024, a disaster for a president who has repeatedly staked his presidency on gas prices being suppressed. In February, Biden promised to work like the devil to address high prices, a pledge at odds with an admission that he also had little understanding of what the cause was. The damage to America's standing on the world stage threatens to be equally catastrophic. If Biden's critics wanted a clear sign of Washington's waning global influence, then they need look no further than Saudi Arabia's defiance in the face of his threats. The Saudi view of the world and its values has always sat more comfortably with other autocracies than Western democracies. But the breakdown in relations with the U.S. threatens to unleash a geopolitical earthquake. As America surrenders control of the Gulf, a new Saudi-Russia-China axis is emerging that makes it harder to enforce U.S.-led sanctions against Moscow, and for the White House to counter the rising power of an increasingly anti-Western Beijing. Under Biden's increasingly inward-looking administration, the U.S. has seldom looked so weak. Thank you for watching this video on the Saudi Crown Prince's shock power grab and its impact on Biden's administration. We want to hear your thoughts on this topic. Do you think this move will have a lasting impact on the relationship between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia? How do you see this affecting global politics and the economy? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more updates on current events. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.